This is a matchup I have seen so much of, weirdly enough, because we have two very high-level reps of both of these players over in Connecticut with Gran, Grit, Blank, and Ling, respectively, for Bowser Jr. and Peach Daisy. This matchup is going to rely a lot on how much can you use the Cannonball and Mecha Koopa to control air, utilize these Cannonball disjoints, and just make Peach uncomfortable. If she can start to find those hits, control the pace of the game on you, and force you to scrap with her, it's really hard for Bowser Jr. to recover in those situations.
And Robi, not a bad representative for this character at all. Has wins on Portal Tosca and Seabass, just to name a few. I mean, at least in the recent months. But
speaking of Seabass, a little bracket update. Seabass is actually upset in winners round 1 and is fighting down in loser bracket.
Oh goodness gracious! That is unexpected for sure. But then again, one of the characters just has a few bad matchups that you got to deal with. So Grandmaster Jay is certainly no stranger to that, being a Bowser Jr. And we have seen this matchup in Philadelphia as well back in the older days when Blazing Pasta would be taking on Yoda Cage quite frequently at the lab.
Blazing Pasta, a very talented player. It's a shame we don't see him out as much anymore, or as we used to. But
admittedly, wait until NSD. You'll see the guy back. But Grandmaster Jay is, why are you talking about him? I'm here right now. Robi says, I can see that. Let me go ahead and sell that.
Yep, I like the positioning there with that up special explosion, but the bomb cart not going to cover what it needs to. Robi able to reverse the situation, and now with some tricky turnip placement, has been able to get back to stage, swinging through and catching the turnip with the wand. Gonna hold on. Bowser Jr. is heavier than you think he is. The spin out not gonna find his mark, and now that turnip comes in clutch to find the way out of disadvantage, and he's gonna stick it right to you with the fork, but not gonna close it out. Just reset it neutral until the up smash calls out the float that short hop height, and Robi's got to be a little bit more disciplined against this character's end under.
I mean, you're doing okay. It's a pretty slow-paced game number 1, at least in terms of the scores go. We've seen both of them lose their first stock, and we're just under 3 minutes in. But now we're going to get these up throw combos. Mecha Koopa's probably not doing exactly what Grandmaster Jay wanted there, but I mean, this is such a cerebral setup-based character. Having to do that against a character that relies quite a bit on microspacing and thrives on it. With Daisy, one of the few characters in the game that you can really microspace with and have it be like a thing that matters in the matchup. I mean, Robi, you gotta think. This is going to be one of the things that gives them an advantage as we see a dodge base on the board now.
And looking for that Z-drop, low, ultra low neutral air, one of Peach's best combo starters to get those long strings. Doesn't find the stock though, and at 142, you're just about at kill percent, so you're not necessarily trying to find that long combo as much as the kill confirm Stu. The swinging is outright forward air, back air. It's just Peach matching those kill moves as Robi tries to lock it down, but not going to find the edge trap. And this could be a beautiful opportunity for Grandmaster Jay to find that one hit, convert an advantage state, and close this out. But getting grabbed is not where you want it to be.
Oh. Yeah, and that is going to be Grandmaster Jay losing that stock. Robi right now kind of moving his way through. I would have to think that this is a matchup that favors Daisy quite a bit. Although we have seen if you are good enough with a junior, you can make some things happen. The Stitch base is going to be neutralized by Grandmaster Jay, and that had to be priority number 1.
He rolled the second one? Are you kidding me?
Rolled the second one.
Hey man, listen, that's how you know you're meant to be a pacey player. When the RNG is on your side, that first hit kind of didn't do much, but it did what Robi wanted it to do, just getting him out of dodge, and that one finding the shield poke to convert into this advantage state. These stages have been, we've gotten weird juice off of them, but it hasn't been bad, and it's allowed him to just maintain his pressure, or put really the brakes on this clown cart's ever-growing momentum. And even though Grandmaster Jay is able to seal out the stock, he now is at kill percent and has to play a lot more scared than he would have if not for those situations.
I mean, you can camp with this character. It's just, I mean, Daisy one of those characters that can do just about any of those things where you can neutralize Bowser Jr.'s ranged offense with just about anything. Certainly with a well-placed hitbox at ledge upon recovery, and Daisy going to be dancing on her own here. Robi goes up by a score of 1-0.
And, you know, everyone talks about Stitch, everyone talks about Bomb, right? Everyone talks about Float and the crazy combos you can pull off. But honestly, the most broken thing about Peach might not be about her float combo game, and I don't think it's any of her turnips. I think it's just how she can float there, right in the position you just saw from Robi, right below ledge, and just hold space. She gets to throw out an active hitbox with neutral layer, or if you're coming from below or trying to grab ledge. If you're trying to be ambiguous as to ledge or stage, she has forward air, she can still double jump out of it, she can drop a turnip from there. It just is so difficult for most of the characters in the cast to get back that after game 1, Grandmaster J says enough with the Bowser Jr. And Luigi #1.
Yeah, no, that is the sign of a man who values his sanity. That you just go ahead and get off of the Junior, and it's so difficult when you're playing a character like that. You basically have to treat it like it's Smash 62 or something, where if you lose stage, you're just dead. Like, you're not coming back. You're not going to, get much of anything on the ledge. Certainly, it is Smash 64, except you can't recover mid-stage. So we're going to get Grandmaster J on the Luigi instead, and throwing punches pretty early and rather effectively here for Grandmaster J. It said that Grandmaster J has something cooking.
And I think the utilization of this fireball so far has been excellent. Really stuffing out both the full hop floats above platform and these turnip pulls has made Robi have to play even more of a straight hit game than we saw before. Looking for the swing on that golf club but not going to find its mark. You have Pastor J in disadvantage now and have managed to claw back this lead fairly solidly. But this is Luigi's too. One hit could be death. Finds the Zair but not, just a frame slow to not find that grab conversion off of it. And now it's Robi's turn once again. Pastor J has found the neutral openings but just hasn't been able to convert them into solid advantage states.
Now Robi now trying to take advantage of, advantage, and Grandmaster J, I mean, you got to get whatever edge you possibly can, and the suction cup not quite working. Got that item play on point, but Robi gonna be whipping with the F smash, and Grandmaster J, you gotta think you're able to close down that space with the few disjointed moves that you have. Robi, I think all you gotta do is take like half a step back.
And beautiful grab there to find that back to the fireball pressure. Now how just continues to build by catching Robi, guessing goes up. Pastor J has been trying to set up positions to catch all out of float with that invulnerable head on his up smash. Robi's spacing has just been too strong. The Cyclone on the ground, not going to do it just yet. You need to be a little bit higher up with a stage as wide and large here as PS2. And we're seeing Pastor J get the opening, but it's taking him so many more neutral wins to find the stock than Robi, even as both of them play a largely straight hit game here in number 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a series of individual hits kind of not really even strung together, just kind of strewn about the map. And a lot of shielding, a lot of eventual poking, trying to garner any sort of advantage. But yeah, neither Grandmaster J nor Robi can really get anything of substance going. The question is, how does that change as we go along?
We will find out in just a few moments. Beautiful mix-up on the back here. The techs have not been online, but at 64 there with the weak hit, it's not going to matter too much. I love these green missile spacings. They're very non-traditional, but utilizing the low profiling when you do land. And Pastor J has been able to sneak around Robi, who hasn't been expecting them, and find his way back to stage, getting the resets, but just hasn't been able to convert these Zairs into grabs. He's looking for them. His game plan is on point with the Luigi, but you can tell it's not as warmed up as his Bowser Jr. was. He's dropping a couple extra conversions, and despite being able to find the up smash, Robi is not far behind. This is not a comfortable lead quite yet. He needs to find a neutral win here and get the extra credit.
Oh, wow, it just rocketed up to that part of the stage and back down again. Grandmaster Jay down to the winner's side stock here against Robi. Gonna have to find some magic in the middle of the stage. Gonna make that happen, but we were talking about how are these combos going to be found. Robi goes ahead, reaches into the ground, pulls a rabbit out of the hat.
I like that full hop float height. Despite being something we often see from Peach on the stage as safe shield pressure, it's the first time we've seen it from Robi here tonight. Playing just above that up smash height, and now is willing to play that defensive game, right? You talked about Peach being able to camp. We haven't seen it yet, Stu, but we are now in the closing minutes. Up one game. Robi does not want to go to a game 3 against Luigi. You know just how explosive this character can be. You want to close it out. So why not, with that slight lead, just hang out on platform, dare Luigi to come to you, because at the end of the day, you just can get turn it forward or turn it back here, and you find that a couple more times, that's going to close the game out. We're getting a little overzealous.
Not going to be the end of it, though. Robi going to hang out on ledge for just a little bit longer, gets the roll back onto the stage. But now, you got to think with a head of steam, Grandmaster Jay could get a little antsy and make a mistake. Indeed, does overextend ever so slightly. Gives Robi the advantage. The divine mandate gets handed down. Robi seeks Grandmaster Jay's expulsion. So has